Okay everyone, I'm back. Now, I've let you probably watched my step where I did the sanitization. So I finished that, so I'm going to dump out the water and cleaner that remains inside this keg in the sink. And there may be a little bit that remains in there, and that's perfectly fine. Now the next step will be to get your 3/4 larger pan. And what I'm going to do with that, with this 3/4 pot, is I'm going to add 4 cups of water. And I'm getting my measuring cup out of the solution that was used to, to clean it. So I'm going to get 4 cups of water, of warm water it says. One. 2. 3. And 4. And then the next thing I'm going to do is get the beer mix. And this is the one I'm going to use today. It's Classic American Light. And obviously there's different varieties. It says open the can. Let's see if I can get this open here. And pay attention when you open it, because there's going to be a thing of yeast. This little gold colored packet right here. So we're going to put that to the side. One thing that it recommended, and let's see if it said it in the instructions or not. Let's see. So I need to bring my water to a boil first. Forgot about that. So while that's coming to a boil, what I'm going to do, because of the bacteria, I'm actually going to dip this in my bowl of cleaning solution, just in case there might have been any bacteria on the top of this can. And then obviously my can opener is still in that bowl of cleaning solution. That water's about to come to a boil, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and open my beer mix. Again, I got the Classic American Light. And again, this is the can opener that's been in the cleaning solution to ensure there shouldn't be any bacteria. Okay, this is where I'm feeling really stupid. Maybe this side's not the easiest side to open it from. Maybe I need to go that side. But before I do, I'm going to dip that in the cleaning solution to make sure there's not any bacteria present. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. So if you've got a can opener like I've got and you tried to open it from the other side, you may have encountered that same first time failure. And what I'm going to do now is remove my boiling water from the heat. And then it says to pour into hot water. Stir thoroughly until mixed. And that's some really thick stuff. Wow. And again, when I stir this, I'm stirring with my spoon that has been in that sanitizing or cleaning solution. I want to make sure I get all of this out of here. Stir it really good there. And I'm kind of holding this over the steam because it's kind of helping it to enable it to fall out of this can. This is some thick stuff. Okay, I think that's about all of it I'm going to get, so I'm just going to stir this up really good. Okay, that's mixed up good. Put my spoon back in the cleaning solution. Now it says fill the keg up with cold tap water to the 4-quart mark on the back. So I'm going to turn my tap on cold, my tap water. And we're going to fill this up to the 4-quart mark. Okay, so I got my cold water in here up to the mark that says 4 quarts, which is that line right there. Now it says pour the wort into the keg and bring the volume of the keg to the 8.5 quart mark by adding more cold water. So we're going to have to be very careful when we pour this. Actually, let's see. That was just a little bit warm because I had the thing sitting there, but I'm gonna pour this very carefully. Get all that goodness out of there. So I've got all my wort in there. Now it says bring it to 8.5 quart mark by adding more cold water and mix vigorously. So I've got to bring it up to there. So let me do that. What I'm actually going to do over here, I'm taking my spoon that's in this cleaning solution. I'm going to take it over here and start stirring vigorously on the inside of the Mr. Beer Keg thing. And there's a lot of foam here, so you know you want to make sure that you don't want it to overflow, but you don't want to not put enough water. So I'm going to have to add some more cold water as I stir here. Okay, so I've got, of course, my sanitized spoon in there. And I've been over there by the sink, and this is at the 8.5 quart mark. quart rather. And I'm just stirring it. And it said to mix vigorously, so I've really mixed this up as good as I can, you know. So obviously when beer's fermenting, you're not going to be doing anything to it. I mean, it's just going to be fermenting. Okay, so now the final step, what I'm going to do is add this yeast packet. And you're not going to stir anymore. Sprinkle a packet of yeast into the keg. Probably need to cut it, I guess. Uh-oh, these aren't sanitized. That's important to remember anything, so I'm going to put it in my cleaning solution. You don't want anything touching anything that has not been sanitized. I'm going to put my yeast in there. Make sure I get all of it. And you do not stir the yeast, you just put it in. I got my entire yeast packet in there. And now I'm going to screw on the lid. Okay, so it's the lid screwed on. What'll happen now, in my house, is it says it needs to be between 68 to 76 degrees Fahrenheit, and it doesn't need to be in the sunlight. So I'm going to move this to another location in my kitchen, and you just let it ferment for 14 days. And it says after approximately 24 hours, you'll be able to see the fermentation happening by shining a flashlight into the keg. It says you'll see the yeast in action in the wort. The liquid will be opaque and milky, and you will see bubbles rising in the liquid, and there will be bubbles on the surface. So that's pretty cool. So check out my follow-up videos. I'm going to document the entire process. And as always, subscribe if you haven't already, youtube.com/IrixGuy. Y'all have a good day.